Good morning, Avanti community. I've been texting and chatting with many of you this morning, trying to check in and get a couple of numbers from you guys because I wanted to talk about something today. So first I'm going to just do this little front video, and then I'm going to get on and I'm going to do my 10 minutes of rebounding a day like I have for 101 days. It's exciting to feel that way, and I want you guys to feel that way too. But before I get started, just want to remind you to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So I'm going to take a swig. Do people other than the South say swig, or is that just a Southern thing? Okay, so a couple of things, a little bit of encouragement first. Number one, I came up with an idea since I met my 100-day mark yesterday. This morning I woke up with an idea. My brain is very active and it's always coming up with ideas. So I wanted to create some kind of a milestone for people to have a beacon to set forth and achieve. I just did the 100 days, but I have the channel that inspires me, and I wanted to find something that could possibly inspire you guys. So I came up with this concept called the Centurion Club. What is that? For those who make it to 100 days, you can consider yourself part of the Centurion Club. So I did some math. I couldn't get a hold of Duty, so I had to do my own math. So I could be off by a few days. But in my estimation, based on what Duty told me on January 1st, she's around the 75-day mark of rebounding consistently. That's who I think, if I'm not mistaken, might be our first Centurion after me. She's only 25 days away from reaching her 100-day mark. And those who I'm in contact with have been able to tell me. So we have Sheila, who is at day 65. Woo, woo, woo. That's a big time. For me, around the 60-day mark was a big deal for me. I communicated with BB this morning. I read a response from BB this morning. She's in Italy. She's on day 45, and she says that watching the videos keeps her consistent. I'm pretty sure Sierra's at day 38 based on her own videos. Colette told me she's on day 32. Whoop, whoop, whoop. 31. And then Kristen, who's brand new, I think she's only like a week and a half in, she told me she's at day 10. So I just wanted to let everyone know that everyone's in their own journey, and this is not a race. It's just a personal, maybe, engagement and a commitment to yourself and how you can be a part of it and then get acknowledged for it. So I don't know yet if I'm going to do anything to create the milestone. I have time to think about that. Probably about 20 days to figure it out. But I'm going to figure something out because I think maybe it would be fun to have like a t-shirt, like I'm a Centurion. And they're like, what? You're 55. How are you a Centurion? You're like, well, I made it to 100 days of rebounding. And now I'm on, day 200 or day 3,000 or whatever. Because what I'm trying to create here is a community of sustainable fitness through rebounding. Because I think you can do it well into the fact that you actually become a Centurion. Okay, like a real Centurion. 100-year-old person, I think, can do this. All right, so I want to bring attention to two things before I start jumping, and I keep playing with my hair. I should have put it back. So on day 59 of the experiment, which is the end of last year, there's a video. It was December 27th, and it's been a little over 6 weeks ago that I did that video. If y'all want to go look at it, you can, but I'm going to reference something from that video, okay? I'm going to show y'all. The reason I'm talking about this again is because people who are new, like Kristen, 10 days in, Colette is at 31 days, Sierra's at 38 days, I want to remind y'all, okay, of this analogy. So do y'all remember when I brought this plant to the conversation and I said, look at this root system. Look at all this going on in this water plant root system. The root system is so much bigger than it was. It's so much darker. Can y'all see? Go back and look at video number 59, December 27th. This root system is so much denser. Okay, so why is this an analogy? Because this is our body. This is everything we see from the outside of our bodies. We see growth, we see shrinkage, we see muscle tone, we see definition in our bodies. We see skinnier faces, cut faces, less puffy eyes. Those are the things we can see. But how many days did a root system and a cellular system underneath the skin get developed before we ever saw these benefits, these beautiful benefits? And when you have a plant that is a flowering plant, they put a lot of energy. The first thing a seed does is get their root system strong in order to grow. So there's so much that happens under the surface of the dirt. That happens to be in a clear thing so we can see it. But I just want you to know that before you're ever going to see your body shrinking at the level that you want it to, you're building muscle. Cells are going to build bone density. Cells are going to build more muscles, like I just said, tendons, collagen, better cells. The reason is because I was less mobile, and so now I'm more active and I'm going against gravity, and that requires new levels of structure to go against gravity that I was never doing before because I wasn't rebounding. So before rebounding, you weren't using certain muscles and certain tendons and things that you need. And once you put your body under this kind of a impact, that's not a good word because it's low impact. Once you put your body under this form, let's just call it a form of exercise where you're going against gravity, the body goes, oh, she's going against gravity now. Let me go put in some muscles for gravity balancing and for knee balancing and for balance balancing because she's on an unstable surface. So all that's happening, I would say like in the 30 to 35, 40 days, and it continues to happen. I'm growing so much definition and structure right here in my arms. It's all hard. And here is where the fat is dropping. But the fat is getting utilized for energy as long as I kind of keep my needs, my food calorie needs, which are high because I'm big. So I can eat a lot of calories and still even have less calories than I need. So that's kind of the key. So today's shirt that is too small to wear in public is this cute little Life is Good shirt. And right here it says, stay out all night. And it's like a little camper with their dog. It's a little sleeping bag guy with his dog. And this t-shirt is an XL. Does it fit in the arms? Yes, it does. It's not tight for me. It fits, but it's not tight. Like I could wear it from the arms. It's a little tight across here, across the chest. And I'll show y'all, but it's definitely short. It only comes to my waist right here. Okay. So the ones that I'm usually wearing are like 2X. These shirts that I wear that are baggy now are 2X. So I decided to put on an XL and jump in that. And we'll see when I keep my incredibly shrinking body keep shrinking. We're going to see if this can turn out to be loose. Can it become loose on me eventually? How loose is loose, okay? So these are some of the measurements that I'm using are in clothing. So Sheila, who is on day 65. And for you guys who don't know Sheila, I got her permission to talk about her today. I was texting with her earlier. So let's see. She says, my legs are so tight and stiff before rebounding. So that means now they're loose and flexible. That's awesome because she's on day 65. Oh my God, that is amazing. She's going to be probably our second person, and she is committed. She is committed. I want to tell y'all something. Sheila and I had a conversation. She has the K8 Enagic water that has the alkaline, creates alkaline water in it. And I think those little bubbles, I think those are hydrogen bubbles, but I'm not 100% sure. But there are bubbles and minerals in this alkaline water that I drink. Here's the cool thing. I only bought my machine a year ago, so I can't give y'all like some amazing health story because of it. However, Sheila has been having and drinking her alkaline water for 14 years. She told me she bought it at like the San Diego State Fair in California 14 years ago. So they've been drinking alkaline water for a long time. And then my next question to her was, so she's told me I could say this, she's 65 years old. And that's kind of the age where if you're going to start having some health problems, you kind of start seeing them. And I was like, well, do you have any health challenges? And she's like, nope. And I was like, oh, that's good news. That means some of the stuff, whatever you're doing, is working for you. And I love that. I love to hear that. And I'm so glad that she's choosing rebounding and she's choosing to be a part of our community because we all learn from each other. On the motivational meetup on Sunday night, she was there and she was teaching us about her hydrogen water machine that she also has. So I'm super excited to learn more about that from her and just hear how things go. So Sheila, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a beacon of health and hope and happiness so other people can see that when you do certain things, it can possibly help you. And everyone's different, everyone's body's different. So you're all individually trying to figure out your own journey. Of course, contact your health professional. And this channel is for entertainment purposes only. We're only sharing our own choices and our own experience out there in the world. So hopefully to give people hope that healing is possible. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I think it's time to knock out my 10 minutes. What do y'all think? Y'all want to go rebounding with me? It's time to rebound. Oh, I do have a ponytail holder. I was thinking I didn't have one. Let me put my hair in a ponytail so it doesn't bounce, bounce, bounce on my head. All right. I hope Judy's okay. I texted her. She might be working today. Judy is our 90-year-old community member, and she still works, and she still drives, and she still rebounds, and she's doing great. She just bought a cellular sizer, and I'm excited to hear her experience of it. Alexa, give me a 1-minute timer. 1 minute, 7 minutes. Alexa, give me a 5-minute timer. Second timer, 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to try to get this 10 minutes wrapped up before my dog wakes up and starts crying. It's really hard when she cries for me to ignore it. Now that she's 16, she's deaf. And so she really relies on me a lot, as her care provider and her caretaker and her protector. And so every time, she doesn't cry very often, but when she cries, it's because she needs something. And I always want to respond to her needs as soon as I hear them. So hopefully we can get through 10 minutes without me having to jump off today. Okay. So I just want to talk about putting the goal in front of you, like this whole idea of getting to day 100. I think it's such a milestone. Alexa, stop. If you just did your 1 minute, that 1 minute is over. You can be on with your day. We'll keep going here. So 100 days was such a milestone, because when you're first starting and you're on day 10, like say for instance with Kristen, oh my gosh, like 100 days seems so far away. Okay, so don't let that be your main goal. I recommend you give yourself little goals. Just get to the next 10 days. Get to, you know how I have the pink dress, progress dress, and every 10 days? That's my little short-term goal, to keep my mind on the short term. Just get to the next progress dress day update, and then 2 of those, I'm at 20 days, and 3 of those, I'm already at 30 days, and 2 more of those, and 1 more of those, I'm already at 60 days. Like, just keep yourself kind of thinking small, but have a big goal at the end that feels like you've achieved something really big that you're so excited about. That's what I'm thinking. I might make a graphic for a t-shirt and get y'all's opinion on what you think it should say or how it should say it, and then y'all can get yourself a t-shirt and wear it, and maybe I'll have a little certificate or something that we can have. You can put on your refrigerator or something as a reminder of your big achievement. So I want to remind y'all something that I read in the book, and that is, the deeper your bounce, the deeper you go on the mat, the more pressure of the gravity that your body experiences. So if your mat is flat and your mat is not digging deeper into the bouncer, and you have adjustability on your springs or your bungees or whatever, make sure that you've got some depth in your bounce, okay? Because that's part of the resistance, is the depth. Mine's called a soft bounce, I believe, which they said a soft bounce can be better for your knees and your back for the absorption, and you don't feel the impact as much. So me being heavier, I wanted to not feel the impact on my weight on my body. So, all right, Alexa, how many more minutes? Alexa, how many more minutes? Okay. She just called me Dory, and she said I had 30 seconds. So I'm going to turn, when it dings, I'm going to turn towards the treadmill and pick up my legs higher. I can feel it in my glutes when I lift my legs up. Alexa, 5 more minutes. When I lift my knees up and lift my heavy legs up, I can feel it right here in my glutes, in my butt muscle. That's kind of what helps get the butt lift that I've talked about, that I had a little butt lift since I started. My butt feels tighter and lifted than the beginning, 100 days ago. I can't wait till my body really looks different. That's what I look forward to. where you can tell it's really smaller. I mean, I know we can tell it's a little smaller. Everyone's telling me, oh, your body's getting smaller. Yes, it is. But I want it to be really smaller. Like, wow, smaller. So I keep thinking about my incredibly shrinking body and how I want my body to continually shrink. Yesterday, I had my OMAD 1 meal a day. That's what I've been trying to do is the OMAD 1 meal a day. But I have to tell you, when I eat that meal, I eat whatever I want and I enjoy it. Yesterday, I had like a chicken poblano pepper soup, and they put a little, like a third of a cup or a fourth of a cup of rice in the chicken cream soup. And it was a cup, you know, like 6 to 8 ounces. And then I had that Houston salad that I showed y'all a picture of last week. I was craving it again, and I haven't been to that restaurant in a long time, and all of a sudden I'm craving it twice. So I went and had that, and it was so good. So my OMAD, enjoy your life. We'll see if my OMAD lifestyle keeps me shrinking. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to change some more things. So far, I'm still shrinking. So just keep building muscle and tightening skin. Keep yourself moving. We're going to move. You know, I haven't said that in a long time. We're going to move more in 24. We're going to move more in 24. Let's all move more in 24. We're going to move more in 24. We got that all excited. Everybody was excited about moving more in 24. And sometimes it's hard to keep up with your wishes. If you don't feel good, if you're sick, nobody wants to do rebounding when you're sick. You need to rest and let your body heal. But you need to look at what are you doing to your body that's making it the immune system depreciate. If you're sick, your immune system's not fighting for you very well. So do some inner thought and some inner work and see what's going on. So I rammed my pinky toe 2 days ago into a leg of a chair, and it was all black and blue and purple. And I put some of my Sunbreeze essential oil on it yesterday or the day before, and that helps move the bruise and the pooling of the blood. It helps bring circulation to the area, and it cleared out the black and blue bruise. It's still sore a little bit, but not near as sore as it was day 1 and day 2. So I took a picture of it and wanted to see how fast it took the bruising away. Bruising is just blood cell accumulation, but you want blood cells to come to your injury to help it heal. So it's a good thing. You gotta keep it moving though. You know, don't let it just stay there dead cells. The rebounding can help it move out. So I'm sure my rebounding's helping my pinky toe move out. So my timer's up. Alexa, stop. And I'm gonna do my 20s here. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Basta. Basta. Woo. Blast off. Woo. Okay. I made it for the 10 minutes without Joy crying. So we'll see how far we get with that. Whew. Woo, do it till you're winded. So they say. They said that in the book. If you're ever wondering who said that, the book I read, The New Miracles, The New Miracles of Rebounding by Albert E. Carter, who has since passed away. He said that. Here comes the birds, you guys. Hi, Joy. Joy, which mantra? We're going to move more in 24. Is that the one you like? Good morning. Jumping on and starting my 10 now. Yay, Colette. Woohoo. Good morning, Joy, Sheila, Colette. We're going to move more in 24. I want to put that in your head. So when you're walking around doing laundry or washing dishes, you got that in your head. We're going to move more. Or you could say, I'm going to move more in 24. I'm going to move more in 24. We're going to move more in 24. Mine is 40 inches. Wish I had a smaller rebounder in my little house. You know, maybe one day that is possible. I think mine, I think mine's 39. I think, is there a smaller one? I'm not sure that the smaller ones than 40 are very good. Does anybody have a smaller rebounder that they find that's very good? Because some of the ones that might be smaller could be like the cheap ones made by China from Amazon or something. So I don't know. I think mine is 39 or 40 inches as well. And my rebounder is 20 years old. So the mat has clearly stood the test of time. And it's still very well stitched. There's no breakage. So they had, rebounding kind of started getting really popular in the 80s. And so I bought mine in 04. So that means 25 years, about 24 years, that they had time to perfect it and master quality rebounders. So I really think this one, the fact that it's 20 years old, is doing pretty good. Pretty good. Mine is a Needak, which I'm going to have to call them and talk to them about the bar, but I'm kind of curious. Like, they don't have a lot of marketing. Other companies have better marketing, and my background's in marketing, so that shows you that when you have good marketing, it works, makes you successful. So I don't really know what the story of Needak is. I wonder how long they've been around. But we know they've been around since 2003, because that's when I bought my rebounder, 2003. Yeah, Sheila has a cellar sizer. Colette has a cellar sizer. Duty's getting a cellar sizer. Who else do I know that has a cellar sizer? I think Elaine might have a cellar sizer. Di might have a cellar sizer. I'm not sure. Lots of cellar sizer ladies. Of course, the Trophy twins, they have cellar sizers, and they're the ones who have that channel, I Jump Instead. and they are my physical body inspiration to see what they've been able to create in their bodies. So I was just I think, does Kristen have a solar sizer? I don't know. Just talking to Kristen yesterday, and we're gonna create a accountability for each other. So we're gonna move more in 24. So what are y'all up to? Where did you find your small rebounder? Colette has a cellar sizer. So I think it's 40 inches too. But she can answer that. Oh, she's bouncing. She may not answer because she's bouncing, Joy. But Colette lives in my town. Yeah, it is. Hi, Ginger. Welcome to the morning 101. Morning number 38. Number 38 for you guys who are starting with the new year. I'm starting with the new year too, but I decided I need to focus on the 101 and the 100 because it's a motivator for me. So I need to track that because the more days I'm racking up, the more I get excited about reaching the 120 day, the 120 mark. Okay. So I'm starting to keep my eye on a prize, another prize. You know, y'all can see I need lots of incentivization to be successful. I've got the pink dress updates. Those are every 10 days. I've got, of course, the channel to be accountable to and come on and do my exercises with y'all or for y'all to create a video. And I have, the motivational meetups on Sunday nights that I'm accountable to host. And I'm reading the books to stay educated. I really, really feel like when you get engaged with the why and the education, that it's a big part of your motivation to stay engaged in your own body and understanding what's happening. Thank you, Ginger. Ginger bounced this morning. So I think that's a big part of it. So that's why I'm reading the Cellular Wellness Solution, because oxygen to the cells is what gives the cells life. So if we don't move, then our bodies the cells don't get the oxygen that they need, the quantity of oxygen that they need. And so our little sustainable bouncing up into our 80s and our 90s, and I'm talking age, we can do this until we're 80 and 90. So we're building something that's going to be sustainable for the rest, at least, of my life. So I'm going to try to carry this group well into my aged life, as long as YouTube's still around. It's worth it to move out another piece of furniture to prioritize. Hi, Denise. She's bouncing too. Welcome, Denise. Welcome, everybody. Welcome those who don't want to check in, who don't want to chat. I just encourage you to be engaged in the community. What we're creating here is very unique. You know, actually, I don't know. Does anybody have any experience with other online groups? And do they engage with you? Do they not engage? Hold on a second. What am I thinking? Do they like meet with you and have Zooms with you where they're live? Where you can have real conversation back and forth. I mean, I don't consider this chat, that's not like face-to-face. I'm talking about like face-to-face gatherings where we really can have a real dialogue. So I encourage the members to create friendships and connections with each other. So so y'all find people that you mesh with, people that you feel like you can connect to. And you know, it takes getting to know people. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I just think community is an important part of this journey. Just hear from me. Good, Sheila. Everybody's got their motivations and their inspiration and what drives them. You know, not everybody wants to be connecting, and that's okay. If the channel is all you want or is enough, that's fine too. So we're just going to try to meet as many people's needs as possible, just so we can help the majority of the people that want to be helped. And you know what I heard, y'all? I'll make a separate video just to say this one piece, but I'll say it here now. My analytics said that 46% of the people that watch my channel aren't subscribed. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you watch the channel, please subscribe. It really helps my channel. YouTube needs to know that I'm worth sharing, and they make those distinctions and judgments about me based on my subscribers count. So, and my comments and the comments of the audience and the, you know, all the things that YouTube's looking at. Community is good for me. It keeps me accountable and inspired. I agree. It's fun too. I like getting to know y'all, actually. That's fun. I'm going to put that on the screen. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to create with the channel. I keep saying this because I kind of like it. This is not a channel about me. It's a channel about we, all of us. Let's see, what do we got here? Kristen Drake. In our house, my mom and both my daughters have been encouraged. We are having fun. My mom just got here yesterday, her rebounder yesterday, encouraging journey, and something else. We get the point. Thank you, Kristen. Woohoo! I'm glad everyone's inspired. We want to go into our elder years. This is considered sustainable. Look at me, I'm sitting down and I'm pumping. Who can't do that? If you can sit down and if you can put your feet up on a rebounder, then you can do this. And I feel it in my knees. Oh, Ginger, thank you. And I feel it in my knees. I feel it in my hamstrings, my quadriceps, my inner thigh when I spread my knees out. Really feel it in my inner thigh there. And I really feel like it's helping isolate where I want to put some attention, which is in my lower body. I need my lower body to shrink some more. We're gonna shrink more in 24. We're gonna shrink more in 24. Who's gonna shrink more in 24? We're gonna shrink more in 24. We're gonna shrink more. Don't y'all want to shrink more in 24? I'm 69 and I can feel more energy for the day. Woohoo! Exactly, Joy. Exactly, Joy. Joy is 69 and she feels more energetic. So when my mom was alive, she went walking, but I wished I would have even considered this option for her with the rebounder. She couldn't stand on the rebounder because she felt out of balance. And we never got the bar. I don't really think she liked it. But I wish that we would have thought about getting a higher chair, because she did try a dining chair, but it didn't really work. And we never really pursued it. But now I'm on like a mission. I want people who are older, who feel compromised in their ability to move, to know that this is something, that this little tiny movement that I'm doing is actually pumping oxygen through the body. And that's what gives you energy and vitality, is the oxygen. Our cells are lacking the oxygen that we want and need. And so I just want us to share it with our friends who are complaining about, their feet are throbbing, or their legs are throbbing, like restless leg syndrome and stuff like that. I think this can help all of that. I was having pain below my knee, and like between my ankle and my knee. And I just knew intuitively, I need to move more. And so that was back in October when I started rebounding. And after I started rebounding, my pain was gone. No more leg pain ever in my bed, which is where I was feeling it at night. She said, Ginger says, I had to add pillows to my couch for height. And yes, you do feel it. Oh, good. So you've tried it. Awesome. Yes, it feels good. And I'm glad I get it in while I read y'all's comments. It's often too hot or too cold where I live, so indoor exercise is a good thing. I know, Joy. Joy, where do you live? Where did you tell us you live? You probably told us, but I don't remember every single person and where they live. So where is it too hot or too cold? Is that a southern state? Because southern states are usually hot. Is that like Arizona? Too hot or too cold? It's definitely too hot in the summer for me too. And it's not only that, Kansas City. It's not only that, it's also that I just don't want to waste 40 minutes outside walking when I can do 10 minutes in my house. And I don't even have to wear clothes that I would be willing to wear out in public yet. I can wear these clothes and I don't have to worry about them being too tight. Or anything. Hey, guess who's crying? Guess who woke up? We have unpredictable extremes here. Yeah, that's interesting. That doesn't sound good. We have a little bit of that. Guess who's crying? Who made it till 10:47? Woo, she slept a long time. So I'm going to say goodbye. And in this note on hydration, don't forget to hydrate, flush out all the cells that you're pumping. Just remember, when you rebound, you turn on your turbo engines to your lymphatic system. So you got to have something to flush it out with, and flush out all those cells that are less healthy and replacing them with good, healthy cells, because you're putting oxygen in your body. And also, don't forget, be the joy you wish to see in the world. And have a great day, guys. See you for the booster bounce later. Bye.